What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you so much for tuning in. It's me, Mikey Pipes. Nice hot here in Central Florida. We're on our way to a first service call. We have a maintenance service call for a new customer. I believe they have one system that needs some maintenance. They may have two, I don't know, but let's go see what's going on. Smash that thumbs up button in advance. And remember, there's no cost or obligation to do so. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. And if you are in the Central Florida, Orlando area and you need a plumbing or HVAC service call for your home or office, give us a call at 407-375-1100. Good morning.
Bright and early.
We're on time. Better than late, or never.
I didn't recognize from the pipe.
We changed names on January 1st.
Okay.
Tom's told the boss though.
Okay, yeah, you know.
And we still have the same carpet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
How may we help?
Well, you see, I'm in construction, so I just wanted to have both the units just kind of looked at,
Okay.
just to make sure that they're clean, mainly.
How many systems do you have?
Two.
Okay.
So this one, I told them just leave it out, you know. That one is in here.
Carrier Infinity.
Yes.
Very nice.
And then they're both,
So there's one there with a filter there. Okay. So there's a one outdoor unit there.
there's
Yep.
two.
When's the last time you had maintenance done?
I don't know. I had somebody come not too long ago because I had to do a part on that little one.
Okay.
Okay. But they haven't been cleaned or anything, so I don't know. That's what I'm mainly worried about, that small one. And that one is upstairs.
Okay.
That closet right
Up there.
Right there.
Okay. Did they explain to you the rates when you booked the service call?
Said $279 or something.
Basically. Yeah.
Flat thing.
Yeah. Per system.
Per system?
Yeah.
No, they didn't tell me that.
Okay. You want to explain the rates, Christian?
Okay, so what we're doing recently is it's $135 for us to just come out and look at the system, okay? And that's again per system. And then if you wanted to get a tune-up done today, then it would be an additional $179.
Okay. I'd rather just have a look at that small unit.
Okay. So focus on upstairs?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Hi,
That's
doggy.
without tax, by the way, okay?
Yeah, plus tax.
Come on, Franks. Right out, right out.
It'd be a big kitchen.
It is.
Up in that closet. Okay. Got ourselves a carrier. All right, so we are at the second floor air handler. It's a carrier. And off camera, I just used the CE app and scanned in the serial number. And we have all the information that we need on this. It was shipped on May 17, 2016. And there's no installation information on this, but it's all good. Looks like we got a little bit of some good stuff growing on that sticker on the blower motor. ECM also on the wiring as well. Ew. Ew. Anyway, we got TXV right there. Let's see what the filter looks like. Dum. Not too shabby. Interesting. Interesting. So let's start at the top. Behind all this wire, you're gonna see the heat strips. There's our control board. And behind all that, we'll have our transformer. There's our blower motor right there, ECM. And there's the evaporator coil. Checking the ammeter on the ECM motor. Door open, 2.4. We check the heat strips. What do you get, 16 on each? Very nice. All right, real quick, let's take a look at that blower wheel. She's dirty. I would like to pull this and clean it. We can pull the ECM motor quite easily by disconnecting the low voltage and the line voltage wiring to the control and remove the screws on top, and this whole thing will slide out, and then we can bring this outside and clean it. All right, so we just killed the power to the breaker. We're gonna disconnect the wiring and pull the blower motor outside, and we'll clean that, hose that down, brush that off, make it nice and clean and new. Beautiful. And there she is. Easy peasy. All right, so we're outside in the driveway. As you can see, it's not terrible, but this extra dirt and accumulation on the blower wheel, right, will decrease the life expectancy of the blower motor, and it'll also cause it to use more electricity, more power. So we're going to take this apart, we're going to clean her up and put her back together and rejuvenate the blower wheel. There's not a price in the book to pull a blower motor, you know, from this, but I calculated how long it's going to take to do it and gave her a price, which in this case is $60. And a little tech tip to get rid of that blower wheel is spray it down with some WD-40 and then take some emery paper, open mesh paper.
I need a third hand.
You need a third hand?
Can you hold this end up?
Sure.
Thank you.
There you go.
That's out.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Just finish cleaning it.
Gotta clean that shaft.
Yep.
Good. All right, now we're gonna pull the blower wheel, and one of the first things you always want to do is pay attention to the orientation. You don't want to put it back in the wrong way, because it's not going to work that way anymore. But she's not terrible, right? Not terrible, but not great either. You know, it's very, yeah, see, look at all that good stuff right there. And it's very, you got to pay a lot of attention to blower wheels, especially on ductless mini split systems. You know, we're talking about a very, very, very lightweight wheel on an indoor evaporator head. It's plastic, and you have some dirt buildup on there. You're doubling the weight of that plastic, and you're decreasing the life expectancy of that little motor. On here, listen, this is not a cheap motor. You know, this motor from Carrier, you know, is it's got a comma in it. You know what I mean? So make sure you stay on top of maintenance with your system. And if you're calling a company, you know, for $69, $79, or $99 to an air conditioning tune-up, remember this, ladies and gentlemen, you get what you pay for. All right, so right now we are hosing down the blower wheel with just some water right now. Just gonna loosen up all the debris and buildup on those fan blades, and then we'll clean them down, scrub them down with some chemical. All right, we used a nylon soft bristle brush. We cleaned off all of the buildup and dirt that was on this blower wheel. We're gonna rinse it off with the hose and let it drip dry off and reassemble. All right, blower motor assembly back into position. Let's secure it, plug her in, continue with the maintenance call. All right, so before we plug in our wiring harness to the ECM motor, We were just using a wet rag, literally a wet rag. It's a wet rag to clean off all that, I guess, cocky on all those wires. It's nasty, but leaving no stone unturned, cleaning everything up as best as we can, reassemble, and then we can focus on the outdoor unit. All right, wiring harness is secure. Put a new zip tie right there. We're taking some of the condensate drain tablets and putting them in the condensate pan. We're using the new Calgon pan treat. Works out very well. Throw a couple right in there in that condensate pan, close to the back, in the front, and in the middle. And over time, the condensation that the system creates from humidity that removes from the air will hit those tablets, and it'll help keep our drain line clean. All right, so we pulled the float switch right there and positioned it upside down, triggering a full condensate drain line, and that killed power to R, and the system was off. So now it's back the way it should be. We'll put it back into the spot or holder for that, and then we'll continue on with our tests and maintenance. All right, cool on, fan to auto, 80-degree ambient indoor, set to 74. Did we hear it click?
Not yet. I think you might be staying here for a bit if you're gonna wait for it to click. We'll see.
Cool is flashing. And as soon as that becomes steady, like it is now, not yet. As soon as that is steady, we should hear a click of the thermostat relay, internal relay, and then closing the circuit between R, which is 24 volts, to Y and G internally, and triggering the system to come on. Because that's how it works. We have 24 volts coming into the R terminal with a call for cooling. At 24 volts is now being diverted to the Y circuit, and generally thermostat controls fan, right? And when there's a call for cooling, the fan will also turn on automatically. So it's still flashing cool, so we'll divert some attention outside and start working on the maintenance on the outdoor unit. All right, so here we are at the outdoor unit. She's got some age to her. I knew it was a pain. Absolutely knew it was a pain. Pain by carrier. And we have a 3-ton. See 36,000 BTUs right there, 36 in that model production number. So we have a 3-ton system. It's got a TXV. Well, the indoor unit should have a TXV. It's 410A. Factory charge of 7.67 pounds. And we have that heat pump connection right there. Missing the cap. Not too shabby. Filter dryer sitting in mulch, of course. And we have a little bit of buildup on the bottom with some just mulch and this vegetation coming from the trees. Why they put this on an angle, I don't know. But we're gonna do some maintenance on this outdoor unit right now. All right. First off, I can tell you right away that the condenser fan motor for this unit is not the right one. Because this thing is taking off to outer space, my God. Oh my God. There's the reversing valves of that motor someone installed. My God. This is absolutely ridiculous. But I guess what they say, hey, as long as it works, right? Wrong. All right, so taking a look at our refrigerant pressures. We have a subcooling of 8.8 degrees. We're good, plus or minus. A few degrees on that is acceptable. Suction of 146, liquid of 292. We good there. We're going to continue on with maintenance on this system. All right, now that we've checked the refrigeration cycle and pressures and temperatures, now we're going to check our readings on electrical readings. So our coil across our 24 volt contactor is 16.1 ohms. That is good. We like to be somewhere in the teens, preferably in the mid-teens. Next, we'll check our capacitors. I see that we have one on the left-hand side, which is our fan capacitor, and the one on the right, that was the original dual, it looks like. That was in place for compressor and fan motor before the condenser fan motor was replaced. Christian just discharged the capacitor by just taking a insulated tool, such as a needle nose, and grounding out both to each other. So now we're reading capacitance across the capacitor, and we're reading 7.7, and our capacitor is 7.5. So that is good. We can also do this dynamically while the system is running. I highly recommend, if you're going to do that, to download the HVAC Tech School app, and it shows you step by step how to test capacitor while the system is running. All right, now Christian's removing the wires from the dual capacitor, and we're getting 42, 43 on common to HERM. HERM stands for hermetically sealed, and we're going to take that out and see what it reads. And we're going to be very careful in taking a look at that, because we don't want to short out our 24 volt terminal on our, oh, disconnected, smart. It's a 45.5? Okay. All right, we took out the 1, 2, 3, 4 screws holding the condenser fan motor off out of the top. Let's get rid of the debris that's in here. And normally I wouldn't do it right there, but we're sitting in mulch. So from Earth she came from, for Earth she's going back. We got some roofing nails in here. What the oh, if I find some gold bullion, it's finders, keepers, losers, weepers. All right, so the inside is basically as clean as it's gonna get. I'm gonna take the vacuum and just vacuum some of the dirt out of there. Just so when we start rinsing, we're not making mud. And it's just, you know, part of the philosophy, our signature service, where we leave no stone unturned. All right, and also speaking of leaving no stone unturned, those reversing wires on this universal condenser fan motor, well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? They are not UV resistant. So we're gonna cover them up. I have a piece of 3/4 PVC. Sometimes it's a little difficult to get it in there. You can use a piece of 1-inch PVC or a piece of Liquid-Tite, whatever you have available. Just try to get most of those wires out of the sun and protected. Just like that, what Christian did there. Perfect. Take a zip tie, we'll secure that down. And ladies and gentlemen, and that's how you deliver value to your clients. And if you're a homeowner in the Central Florida area, Orlando, give us a call at 407-375-1100. And we do work like this. You're not going to get this for your $69.95 guys doing a tune-up, that's for sure. All right, I gave it a good old rinse with the hose. Now we're rinsing the coil, cleaning the coil with some coil cleaner. We'll spray that down a little bit, hit it on the outside a little bit. Let that sit for a hot minute, and then rinse it all off. All right, sat about 15 minutes. Now we are rinsing from the inside out, and there's a reason why we're doing that, ladies and gentlemen, because when the condenser fan motor is running, right, the air is being brought from the outside in from the outside of the coils to out inside the condenser. So any dirt is going to want to get trapped right at the beginning of the coil. So we're giving this a once over. I like to start at the top and work my way down. And you may not be able to see it in the video, but it's not clear water coming out of here. She's quite dirty. Not filthy, but she's not clean either. Give it a nice good rinse. Take your time here. There's no rush. We want to leave no stone unturned. By doing this, we are increasing not only the life expectancy of the system, decreasing energy consumption, but increasing, most importantly, efficiency, which will have reduced energy bills to run the system. All right, back inside. Set to 74, cool is on. return air, sucking in the air. Let's go check outside, make sure the outdoor unit came on.
That's fine. Yeah, I've always been fine with this.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Unit's running. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching the video. If you are in the Orlando, Central Florida area, you get what you pay for. If you're calling the guys for $59, $49, $99, $129 for an air conditioning tune-up, you best believe they're not going to leave stones not turned. When you call Pipe Doctor Home Service of Central Florida, we leave no stone unturned with our signature and precision central air conditioning tune-up. Give me a call, 407-375-1100. I would love to help you out. Residential, commercial, no job too big or too small. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be well, God bless, stay safe.